guys, this is Bobby, and I am here with my very first rant review. I'm gonna do half of this spoiler free, the other half I will do spoilers because I got really the only way to talk about this book is if I spoil it, and I need to spoil it because I hated it, and I just got a big headache because of it, and I have no one I can talk to about this book in person, so this is gonna have to be my way of venting because, yeah. Um, I will be talking about The 10th Girl by Sarah Faring. This is a gothic style horror story that takes place in the late 70s, 1978, in Argentina. This follows a girl named Mavi whose mom was taken mysteriously by the government. During that time, this was happening to a lot of people. Like thousands of people went missing during this time. The author doesn't really go into too much of what was going on, which I felt like she should have, especially actually using true events to build her story around. But this girl, Mavi, Mavi's 18, and her mother eventually gets taken. She hides and then eventually makes her way to her aunt. And from there, she is tracked down again, and her kind of uncle, he gets her papers and gets her a job to teach at it used to be an elite boarding school for girls. It is in the mountains of Argentina in the middle of nowhere. It is eventually closed down though because a bunch of girls go missing, get sick, and a bunch of stuff starts happening because they believe that there is a curse on the place. This woman eventually wants to open the school back up, and that is where Mavi comes in and is going to be teaching English to the girls there. There is supposed to be 10 girls, but when Mavi gets there, the 10th girl is nowhere to be found because the headmistress is saying that she's sick and she can't be around anybody. So, Mavi's trying to find out what's actually happening because she finds it really weird. And at the same time, the other girls start getting sick. Other people, one of the other teachers ends up mysteriously, quitting in the middle of the night. People are acting like they're possessed, and Mavi's whole thing is that she's trying to find out what the hell is happening and trying to save the rest of the girls there. There is a dual perspective. Mavi is one, and then there is a boy named Angel who is a ghost that is kind of helping Mavi through, trying to help her find what is going on with these girls. Mavi does not know he's a ghost. Mavi doesn't know that Angel's a ghost. He's been possessing the headmistress's son Dom through it, and he slowly is just trying to find out what is happening and trying to help her because he is starting to fall for Mavi. I can't talk too much about Angel because if I do, it'll give away the plot twist. This book is marketed as having a plot twist you will not see coming. The only problem with that is that if you have the hardcover version and you take off the dust jacket, the huge plot twist is imprinted onto the actual hardcover. Like, there's no other way to really take the imprinting than what is the plot twist because there is a certain TV show that is very popular where as soon as I saw the imprint, I figured out what the hell was going to happen. And from what I've seen, a lot of other people found out because it was pretty fucking obvious. And I don't know why they thought to do that to the design. This had a lot of potential as a gothic style horror story. I really liked the setting. It was really interesting. It was very creepy. The more Mavi explores the house, the creepier it gets. It's just the actual plot is since we do have the dual perspective and the spoilery part of it with Angel, which I can't talk about, it throws you out of the story a lot of the times, every time the point of view changes. And there's like no character development during this. There is a reason for it, but it just makes for a very boring read when, nothing's really happening to these characters. They're not really learning anything. Like the it's just kind of all over the place. Like when I get into the spoilery parts, I'll explain more because it's just there's so much going on what should have been a simple gothic horror story. If Sarah Faring would have written this like The Haunting of Hill House, this could have been a really good book. Like this probably would have been a 4-star book if she would have stuck with just that. But it just got so many twists and turns and was all over the place. And then that stupid ass freaking plot twist just ruined it. It made it for very just uninteresting. And like I said, the dual perspective was just all over the place. There is a lot that goes on in this. It's only mentioned in passing, but I do want to mention that this does deal with pedophilia, rape, miscarriages, what else? Murder of, children. The pedophilia and stuff is not mentioned in detail. I will tell you that. It's like one sentence where once the plot twist is, unraveled, it is mentioned. But like I said, it's only mentioned in a sentence, but I know that is something that a lot of people, even in mentioning, you don't want anything to deal with. You don't want to deal with it. I don't blame you. I usually don't. I didn't know about those type of warnings since it's not in there and I didn't see it anywhere. But yeah, I just know about that going in. But like I said, it's just a sentence. So if you can just read a sentence about it, then if you still want to read it, you should be fine. But it is mentioned. Yeah, so there's my kind of spoilery free kind of review. I'm going to be going into the spoiler. I will be showing the imprinting on the book. So if you don't want to see all that, go ahead and turn this off right now. I will give you a few seconds. Do-do-do, do-do-do. This book freaking sucked. Okay, so we're going to go into the spoilery part of this. Okay, when I mentioned the whole with Angel dual perspective and you can't talking about it, it has a lot to do with the imprinting, because as soon as I saw the imprinting and I saw that it switched over to Angel, because Mavi's, every chapter it'll say Mavi, Argentina, 1978. When you switch over to Angel, it says Angel 2020 and then another couple numbers at the end. We start off with 00, I believe, and then we get up to, I think, like 1,000 or something like that. But when you see the imprinting and then you start seeing, when we switch over to Angel for the first time, like in his very first chapter, he mentions Harry Potter. This book is supposed to be taking place in 1978. So then to hear Harry Potter mentioned, I was like, wait, what the fuck? And I had already taken the dust jacket off, so I saw the imprinting on it. So I figured out what the hell was going to happen. So I'm going to show the imprinting right now. Let me see if my camera can pick up on it. There you go. You can see that it has binary code on there. As soon as I saw that, and I saw that it said the Angel 2020, and he starts talking about current things, my mind went immediately to Westworld. And yes, that is where this book is. The entire school and everything and everybody in there is part of a video game. Angel is a player in this video game. The whole where I mentioned earlier with the pedophilia and stuff, the players of this game are able to do whatever they want to these girls. These girls are all, I believe, 12 to like 14 years old. So they are young, okay? That they can do whatever they want to them, which, includes all of the warnings that I said earlier. So that's the plot twist, that the whole thing is just a video game. It becomes very obvious, like I said, as soon as you see the imprinting and you read Angel, my mind literally went immediately to Westworld. So the whole giant plot twist really went out the window. So the more you're reading the book, the stupider it gets, because you know what's going to happen. And like I said, there's no character development for any of the characters like Mavi or any of the people that are in the school, because they're just characters in this video game. So once they die, they just loop back over. So they're not supposed to really build up, because this is just supposed to be a way for, perverts to do whatever they want. And that's how it's written, is that these characters don't develop at all. And it was really frustrating because, I mean, I can read plot-based books. Like, a lot of books I read are just plot-based. I don't need a character-driven book, but nothing really goes on. And then just keep switching between Mavi, who is worried about, you know, what happened to her mom and everything else that is going on, and then to switch back over to Angel, who keeps like talking about modern stuff. And it's very frustrating. It's very, even though you know what you know what's going to happen, it's confusing. That was like a lot of people that still figured out the ending, like the actual ending to it was kind of like made no fucking sense. Okay, so I'm going to give you the whole ending. After they, Mavi and Angel start figuring out what's going on in the school and kind of still working out the video game part of it, of unraveling the mystery of the 10th girl and everything. Angel wants to help Mavi to take over the bodies of the other players that are playing this game so that she can escape the game. Yes, I know I didn't explain that exactly amazingly, but yeah. So at the end, Mavi and all the rest of the girls and whoever's still alive ends up escaping the game by being implanted into the heads of the actual players of the game. Yeah, it's as stupid as it sounds. It's just, I don't know. Like, if Sarah Faring would have literally just written this book as a gothic horror, she would have had a good book on her hands. It would have been interesting. But as soon as this whole video game aspect, it just got weird, and then it was stupid, and then the keep bouncing between her and Angel just kind of got, what the hell is happening? And then there's another character in there that helps, that's kind of like helping Angel in a way. His name is Sharon. When it comes out with like his whole part of what part he's playing in all this, it's just unnecessary, and I don't know. Like, I'm so frustrated with this damn book. Like, you know, I'm frustrated when I literally actually sit down and I talk about it and do my first little rant, because I had a rant about it, because I didn't enjoy it, and it just kept getting weirder, and then it got stupid. And then, like I said, the design on the hardcover, I don't know why you think that would be a good idea. For a book that's marketed as taking place in the late 70s, and then to put the binary code, it looks cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it is a really cool looking thing. Like, it has the 10th girl, let me see if it'll focus. There we go. The 10th girl. But when it comes to this binary, like, it looks cool, but it ruined the book. Like, I don't know. I do not know. So, if you've read this, let me know, and if you read this in any other form than the hardback with the imprinting, I want to know if you didn't see the plot twist coming, because I always guess the ending, but this one, I don't know if I guessed the ending because I saw that, or if I guessed it because it was kind of obvious where this was going, because like I have seen Westworld, and I don't know. So, there's my very first rant review. I hope you liked it. I kind of like doing this. I really need to do some actual reviews. I have a few books here, though, that I do want to talk about in reviews. So I just need to get some time and sit down and do this. So thank you for tuning in. I hope your current book was a lot better than that book. So let me know what you're reading. Let me know if you've read this and how you liked it. I'm really curious if there are people that do like this book, because it's got some pretty bad reviews, like some really bad reviews. I read a really good review, though, like I believe I mentioned it. I don't think I mentioned it, did I? There is a review on Goodreads that talks about how there is a lot of racist, also things going on in this book. I will link hers down below, because the whole people that put the curse on it is Argentina. It's an Argentinian tribe. Indigenous people do not call themselves tribes there. Like, that was, like, when I read her review, it made me hate the book even more. And then, you know, the savage tribe that are sacrificing young girls and just Yeah, I had issues with that as well. Like, it was just, this whole book was just a train wreck. So, yeah, let me know though if you've read it. I am really curious to see people that did like this book and why you liked it, because I don't at all. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy reading. Bye.